Hey, this is Wei from the Six Figure Academy, and today I want to share with you a really cool strategy and tip that can immediately skyrocket your sales by helping you close better in your sales conversation. And to do that, I want to first ask you the question: are you the pretzel or are you the prize? See, when I was younger, one of my favorite places to go in amusement parks were these carnival sections where you can actually spend money to play games to win the big prize. And it didn't matter how much money I spent, I wanted to get that prize. So some of the most expensive toys I ever got in my youth was from these carnival areas because I spent a ridiculous amount of money, but I didn't care. And I just wanted to get that prize. So it didn't matter how much money I spent as long as I got that prize. Then eventually I would get hungry and I would go to my favorite food stand there, which was to make these hot pretzels that were sprinkled with the big chunks of salt. And I still remember there was a stand at one of the carnival places that I went to, and the line was really long, but this guy made the best pretzel because he was literally making them to order. And this guy was an artisan at it. I mean, he would like roll it up and make this big flashy show. He'd make the pretzel and then he would dip it into the oil or something. He would cook it and he would take it out and he would just, give it to the next person and we'd build it to order, literally. Now, every once in a while, he'd throw it together and he'd go, oops, and didn't make a perfect pretzel, and then he would stop the flow of everything, and would literally slow down to a crawl as he was twisting it to make it perfect and to re-roll it, or just whatever he could do to make that perfect pretzel. Now, there was one particular parent that was there, I remember, in the line that I was standing in, that got kind of impatient because they were next, and the guy threw up an imperfect pretzel and took his time really making it as perfect as possible because he felt that the kid deserved a perfect pretzel. And the parent impatiently said, you know what, doesn't matter, that's good enough, can you just cook it? Give it, we're hungry and we just want to eat it. It's all the same. And the vendor begrudgingly said, okay, fine, and he cooked it and he gave it out. No matter how perfect or imperfect that pretzel was, everybody paid the exact same price. It was still just a commodity at that carnival, at that amusement park. So my question for you is, in your sales conversation, are you positioning yourself as the pretzel or are you positioning yourself as the prize? How do you know you're positioning yourself as the pretzel and making yourself or your product or service into more of a commodity is when you find yourself feeling the need to convince your potential client or customer of the value of the product and service that you're offering. When you find yourself in that place, that uncomfortable position of having to twist yourself or contort yourself to find a way to, how do I convince this person that I am worth it, that my product and service is worth it? And if you know that your product and service can literally change their life or make an impact on their life in some shape or form, then positioning yourself as a commodity is a disservice not only to the client in front of you, but to you as a service provider. So when you find yourself starting to get into that pretzel mode, that's the moment that you turn the tables and you position yourself as a prize. Remember that the prize that I didn't care how much money I spent, I wanted that prize. So you want to make sure that the client or potential client or customer in front of you recognizes that they also need to convince you that they are worthy of receiving your product and service. This is how the best closers in the world do it. It's called prize positioning. So my challenge to you is this: in your next sales conversation, is to the moment where you feel like you're looking to convince the person in front of you that your product and service is worth it and that's something that they need, that you immediately flip the tables and start to interview them back to make sure they are worthy of receiving the product and services that you are offering that will change their life. If you found that this particular sales nugget was useful, share it, because there's plenty of salespeople out there who do not know this particular strategy. And if you're not already following us, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, what are you waiting for? Go to the Six Figure Academy, subscribe to our newsletter so you can get notification of this content, this type of content every single week, because we put it out every single week. So until next time, like I said, go out there, become the prize, and start to close better and skyrocket your sales.